Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and I am going to be doing your before and after today. Absolutely. We're going to be looking at how things have affected you just in the recent past and in the near future. Okay, they're not too far from each other. I decided to pull these from the beautiful Wisdom Seekers Oracle. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful wisdom keepers, not seekers, oracle. We're the ones seeking, they're the keepers of the wisdom. And this is a deck that I don't work with that often, but I decided it was perfect for this time of the year, the beginning of the year, where we're looking for lots of wisdom and help in our journey of where we want to go. So, the before is teamwork, the after is style. And the really interesting part is that we have 44, that's 8, and we have style, that is also 8. Before I'm going to continue on, I'm thinking that these two right here, this is teamwork, is probably all the work that you've done with or without people that have gotten you around to where you've needed to go. Okay, all this stuff, all the people involved, all the guidance, intuitive guidance that you've gotten that was involved in this. And the style I feel for what's coming up is your personal style, your very own personal style. You're going to shine through. I keep seeing it with the beautiful peacock feathers here that are showing up on her face. I love the fact that it's like you're just showing off how beautiful you are, Pisces, okay? Your own personal style going in. 8, both 8 is perfect. It's talking about the strength card, the strength year, okay? So we're going to look at this one here. We're going to read the stories of these. So, yeah, I don't do like regular readings. I don't pull like 35 cards and then, you know, I go one card at a time, you guys. So, yes, it may run a little longer and you only have these cards because sometimes I get this message of, oh, there's only 2 cards. Well, listen to the message. Don't worry about the number of cards, okay? So, number 1 is the wisdom story. The gift of teamwork is therefore about recognizing who belongs in your life. And I think that's important. I think that in 2023, we really looked at this, right? Who belonged in my life? So this is the wisdom story that comes with this card. My mother abandoned us when I was little. Though my father wanted to do right by his 5 children, he couldn't. He often got overwhelmed and disappeared for days, blowing his money on gambling and leaving me, the oldest, in charge of my younger siblings. I have no choice but to grow up fast and accept more responsibility than a boy should have to. As a young man, I wrote off all women, entered the workforce, and naturally gravitated towards positions of leadership. People tended to trust me, and I preferred to be at the helm, even if it was the helm of a sinking ship. Time after time, no matter how good a job or organization looked on the outside, I managed to misjudge it. My higher-ups either disappeared or dropped the ball. My staff rarely knew what to do, and I'd be left picking up the slack. Then I'd go through it all again somewhere else. I saw the same mess everywhere, in politics and religion and the economy, in love. Leaders were abandoning the people, and people were abandoning themselves and each other, and no one seemed to care. I distrusted everyone. Until one day a woman walked into my life, and that did care. Though she came from an indigenous background, completely different from my own, there was something strangely familiar about her. I liked her smell, and was immediately drawn into her world. She had an uncanny ability to trust not just the trees, rivers, and birds, but people, me. She helped me see the perfect irony in my life, and how my childhood story was repeatedly interfering in my life, but in different disguises. As soon as I saw the pattern, it began to change. My distrustful heart opened, and for the first time in my life I let a woman into my heart. As I surrendered to our intimacy, I developed quite a nose for people. More and more kindred spirits entered my life. Soon I was invited to work and live inside of a community that was capable of synchronistic and seamless forms of collaboration. I had never known this kind of joy or teamwork. All participants contributed that they loved most, what they loved most. Everyone shared the burden of responsibility. And much more often than not, things went smoothly. Now I know the true experience of belonging. My gift to you is I come to remind you that you're always attracted to relationships that teach you exactly what you need to know. In order to grow, the more you trust that people are in your life for a reason, the more you'll be able to learn the relational lessons you need to learn. And the better your judgment will be when it's time to choose new partner, friends, and collaborators. I want you to trust your instincts. Start smelling the people in your life. Ask yourself, what are my true allies? You have the potential to experience more trust, harmony, and teamwork in groups than you can possibly imagine. When you found your true team, your destiny will naturally and magically unfold. So I love this. This is talking about your past making you the person that you were, and sometimes unknowingly, sometimes knowingly and unknowingly, affecting the way the course of your life developed, right? So and I know we've spoken about this in readings from before, about developing relationships with people and starting to trust them, starting to open up to them, right? Finding your tribe, finding like-minded people, finding your guides, opening up to new, walking away from what didn't feel right anymore. You have abundance. Wall yam, right? Abundance, more people, more like-minded, more open doors, because like they say, two minds better than one, three minds better than two, etc., right? The more you trust, the more you're opening up to new ways of thinking, new solutions to problems. Absolutely. Okay. One, the magician. I love, it's a number one. It's increasing your personal power. Okay. And it says, this is an indication of increases in resources for you. So, in addition to your family or your circle of friends or even new facet of life who'd be coming along shortly. So this is about increased networking. This is absolutely in your recent past. You have opened up. Now, I wouldn't say that my circle has gotten bigger, but I've opened the door up to more people coming in. So some have stepped in a little bit, but I feel that just the fact that I am now willing to open the doors, even for myself, even if there's not a ton of people coming in, even though I just opened the door a little bit more, speak a little bit more, talk a little bit more, meditate a little bit more with my guides, I'm opening this to have more. And I think that's what happened recently, okay, for myself as well. All these books don't want to stay this way. Stay. Okay. So, this has happened, and it's so funny because I feel like you see the, almost see like the bull, the horns, right? The bull and the horns, the stubbornness, but above it you see almost like butterflies taking off. It's almost like this transformation happened, and you allowed yourself to trust. You allowed yourself, you're no longer the lone wolf. Okay, howling at the moon. You have now opened yourself up. So regardless if there's one person that stepped in, a few people that put their toes in, you are now trusting yourself to even just open a door. Okay, so that's what that feels like right here. Not this one. I'm going to read this one, but I just want to pull a few on this one first. Right, Five of Cups. Yeah, because before it was more about watching, make sure that this doesn't happen again, right? Instead of staring at the cups that are still, that were still available, You were watching out for the people you didn't want anymore. It's a little bit like what we used to talk about. You don't think about what you want, you think about what you are. In other words, don't think about, I don't want to be hurt anymore. I don't want anybody taking advantage of my trust. You understand what I'm talking about? You're going, I am open to new people. I am open to new ways of thinking. I am safe within my person. I am convinced that I can protect myself from, the bad, So that's what I feel like. I feel that you're putting your attention where it needs to be, where it needs to go. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this one. This is where you're going, your style. And this is number 8. I love number 8. And style is more than skin deep. It is the cutting edge of creation itself. So this is what I was talking about. You're going right into your own. When I was a little girl, I sang everywhere I went and all the time. It was so full of music, it just burst out of me. My mother raised me on her own. She was deaf, so she couldn't hear me sing, although she could see the surprised and offended looks on people's faces when we went out together. She herself had worked so hard to fit in that she felt embarrassed by my singing and worried for me. So she shushed me when we went out and put me in a school where singing was forbidden. I instinctively understood she was trying to protect me. I loved her. So I learned to swallow my voice and blend in. I became just like everyone else, a pleasant student, an unthreatening classmate, an obedient daughter, and a model of mediocrity. I followed all the rules. My teachers liked me. My mother was proud. And as a young woman, I had everything I was thought to want. A respectable and substantial place in the world. Manicured nails, the latest fashion, a respectable job. But it was all artificial. When yet another marriage fell apart, I couldn't deny the truth anymore. I wasn't happy. I felt trapped, almost wooden. On the surface, my life seemed shiny, but it was flat. Nothing truly glowed, until I found myself walking past a park that was filled with all kinds of people, the kind I normally avoided like the plague. They were drumming and dancing in a circle with such abandon that they didn't seem to care if anybody was watching. Someone grabbed me by the hand, and I found myself leaping into the center of the circle. And next thing I knew, my eyes closed, body swayed, my own voice started ringing out. I felt alive again. I was too happy and terrified to hear the applause. That was long ago. It took me many years to integrate the courage I experienced that day, to work through my fears and both succeeding and failing. Now, of course, I sing everywhere and all the time, whenever my rebel soul moves me to, and I think just as freely as I sing. My gift to you is I have a hunch there's a voice in you longing to be heard. I'm here to encourage you to stop worrying about blending in. Dare to be original. Don't just follow the trends. Be a rebel with a cause. Embrace your own style and let it come from deep inside. When I see you doing something that others may think is crazy or too much, I know that you're as sane could be. Maybe there are people who won't stick around. I understand how painful that can be. I also promise you there will be others who will be inspired by your style, that they'll catch the authenticity bug. I can't say that word. It's too big. Let's shorten it. Authentic bug. So please, get comfortable with being a fringe dweller. Trust that the world would catch up with you in its own good time. No matter what your passion is, give it some air, set it free, and expect nothing less than exquisiteness. Now there's a word I didn't want to screw up. Exquisiteness, my dear friends. You are exquisite. Okay? So this is where you're going. Okay? So you have cleared up the past. Made room for people who would love you as you are and who you're about to become. Okay? So, yeah, I'm loving that. I'm loving this very, very much. Let's pick some more cards. Beautiful Pisces. Yeah. Aha. Acceptance. Yes. And it's number 2. 1, then 2. Absolutely. Acceptance. By who? By yourself, Pisces. And by the people who matter. Okay? They'll accept you just as you are. They won't have you turn into something different just because it's unpleasant for them. There's no more of that. There's no more of that, right? You now will have choices. You have decisions to make. And those choices need to be what you want, right? Your dreams, your creative brain, the stuff that you want. There may be a lot now. There may be much more than was before, because you didn't allow yourself to accept or take these things in before. You just kind of like, well, no, those are not for me, right? Just like her. I don't sing, I avoid these people, I don't do this. You are now getting past that. That point is now gone. You're doing something very different, okay? So, yeah. We're getting there. We're absolutely getting there. This is a sign of the times. Okay. Take a chance. I love this. Take a chance. You had the masculine and the feminine. That's the other part. The 2 dice. 1 and 2. I like that. And by the way, this is 19. 10. But if you look at the dice, what is showing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Yes. Okay? It's time to take a chance. It's time to do it, Pisces. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes. The cycle is shifting. 10, 1, powerful magician that you are. Absolutely. Okay? Don't let anybody get you down. You are becoming clear of who you want to be. You are taking that movement. Do not let anybody burst that bubble. Nobody. Nobody has that power over you anymore. Sometimes it's necessary to take a chance, and other times the risk is not necessarily worth the reward. The dice represents taking that risk, whether it's calculated one or one taken out of necessity. There may be many unknowns right now, but doing nothing is not an option for you anymore. Weigh everything to determine what makes the most sense. The 7 of Cups will come in here, right? Weigh what makes the most sense. See what you really want to do, okay? If you're still unhappy with the situation in your life and it isn't serving you, now may be the time to bet on you and walk away. Alternatively, there could be something you've been working on that requires perseverance to see the fruits of your labor. This is the card that encourages you to take chances in a way that fulfills your ultimate desires, your authentic self. What risk are you willing to take? You'll never know what will happen if you roll the dice until you do. I love this. Okay? This is saying beware of impulsive decision making, but I don't feel this. I think this is the chance. I think not just take a chance, but this is a chance of a lifetime. This is something you've been preparing for. This is the before and after, right? This is the preparation of, and this is the authentic self portion of the program, my beautiful Pisces. You are at that point. You're deciding to change. You're deciding to move in that direction. And that's good. I mean, it's needed. It's needed. It's time. It's time, my beautiful Pisces. It's time for you to do this. I'm getting a lot of throat pain, not just, not like sore throat. It's like, I've had this before when I've had something to say, and I can't say it, right? I've been at jobs where I felt repressed and wanted to say something and haven't, and my throat has felt this way. Like I'm choking. Like it's the muscles around my neck are just, you know, doing something. Like I could cry. And I feel that this is, for some of you, this is something that's going on. Okay? Stop repressing this. Scream to the heavens. Smile, shout, sing. Find your voice. This is the biggest one. Find your voice. This is all part of your style. Find your voice. Okay? This is hurting me, Pisces. You need to do this. If you don't, it's going to be a cataclysmic event. And it's not on the outside of you, inside of you. You know the people who heal themselves from sickness, and you hear that often enough, you know? They get sick and then they change their life around. They find their voice, they find their calling, they find their authentic self, and suddenly they heal. They start healing. The body starts healing itself. I realize now that it's because they needed that shove, right? They needed that push. This one is an especially grim tower card if you look at it this way, because it's in the first person, right? It's a tarot of oneness, so this would be us, you know, falling out of that building. But sometimes it's in the free fall of leaving all of that crap behind, okay? If you're falling anyway, Pisces, you might as well try to fly. I've heard that before. And I think this is your time to fly. And remember, I strongly believe that towers come. You can either, I don't know, bring down the whole house of cards that isn't working for you. Or at some point, it's going to fall down around you for sure. Something is going to break. Something's going to crack. And things are going to have to change. Absolutely. Wouldn't you want to be the one in control of that? To become authentically living your own life the way you want it? I think so. I think so. Oi. Ooh, look. Look who showed up. Look who showed up. Look at this. We have the sun again. So, these came all out together. So, the clarity of all of this will give you the power, the personal power, to release yourself from the devil. Absolutely, okay? You look at this, this is a clear story, and they're all major arcanas. All major arcanas. And these are both ones, okay? If you go 19, that's 10. 10 goes back to a 1. 1, 1, again. Okay, go look up the ones today. The ones are showing up. The magician is showing up a lot. 19, 1. The sun, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, you have angels. And you know what? I'm going to tell you a little story here. And even the Bible will talk about this. Satan, Lucifer, who is he? Who is he? He's an angel. He's a fallen angel, but he's an angel. So I've always thought of him as the greatest teacher. The greatest teacher. He throws you into the fire. Why? Because you want to get out. You want to get out. You want to get out, right? You have to pedal your butt out of fire because you're going to get burned and you don't want to stay there. So what do? You could say, oh, that devil, that bad devil. But I choose today to turn around and go, thanks, I needed that. I needed that kick in the butt to get me out of there. I needed to find that I could see myself and my power enough to get out of this situation and stay out. This card usually means addictions, restrictions, things that aren't good for you, right? But you ever look at a person who overcome any kind of addiction? Don't they feel great? Don't they feel powerful at one point to say, I made it through this onto the other side? Absolutely. Absolutely. You ever hear those great movie quotes? I stared at the devil in his eye, I spit in his eye. Absolutely. Because it's about overcoming. So, remember, while you're busy looking at him and saying, you're the most evil thing on the planet, he's the one who gives you the greatest lessons. He's the one who makes you tap into that strength card, that courage to turn around and face him dead on, right? And overcome him. Having him in your life makes you become your best self. And that's power. I bet you even if he was super evil, which I really don't think he is in the end, he would really hate to know that he made you stronger. So whatever works for you, my beautiful friends, whatever way you see him, there's no doubt that when you overcome him, you're so much stronger than you were before. Okay? So be authentically you, my beautiful Pisces. Be authentically you. Yes. Let's see if I can. Aha. There you go. All right. Yeah, you don't scare me. You don't scare me. Little joke my husband would say, says, the devil hears you wake up in the morning, you go, oh hell, what's she up to now? That's an old joke. That's somewhere I seen. My husband told me one day, and I said, very funny. But accurate. But accurate. You got nothing on me. Creator, Earth. Ooh, very nice. I like that. Creator of Earth. Okay, so we got to look at that. Absolutely. So that's obviously Earth sign. It's obviously the Creator cards. So, strongly suggesting that you root yourself right now is grounded and rooted, connected to our safety and our stability. It's the realm of finances and generosity. It's the realm of family and connections. It's the material essence of the world. Comfort, nourishment are this element's gifts. How safe do you feel in your world? What could you do to feel more nourished by it? Do you have the possessions you need to survive? Does your safety net include a network of people? Teamwork. A network of people whom you love. How grounded are you in the day-to-day? Earth energy gives us the security of peaceful surroundings, the vitality and strength found in a nutritious meal, and the cheerful laughter found in community. Are you tapping into all its power? I do believe that is what this is. You've changed that. Okay? This is chance, but you've changed it. You've taken a chance and become authentically you and have tapped into that. They talk about trying to earth, right in the dirt. I like that. This is all about the earth energy and what it provides you at this point. Do I need to say any more? Do I need to say any more? Yeah. You're light. You're fire. You're power. You're everything. 56. Okay. 56 is what? All together now. I can hear you really loud. It's 11. It's witchcraft. Okay. Tapping into old blue eyes. All right. The light that vibrates from the core of your being. Light worker love. Pure energy. At the core of your cells and your atoms, you are tiny strings of vibrating light energy. Oh, let's visualize that. You are tiny strings of vibrating light energy. I love this. This light interacts with other lights around it and emanates a signature that is only yours. And your unique vibrational energy is needed in the world. Light worker, you are needed. You will beam of light who casts luminous hope into the shadows. Into the shadows. You will be the counterpoint, a brilliant crack. A crack in the veneer. A flickering of inspiration when things get difficult. And it's time to nurture and protect that light as you devote your life to something bigger than yourself. Work your soul's directive in any way you can. Have your own style. Okay? Offer kindness to strangers on the street and radiate love, healing, and compassion from wherever you are. Even the line at a grocery store can become your own laboratory of light. Bring your fierce mission to serve into a role or position that doesn't call for servitude. Show us how to do it with more love. Trust that your light will be accepted, even by those that don't understand it, because through shiny eyes and a warm smile, you can bring your soul to work and light up a room with your presence. So the questions that come in here that I really love, it says, what lights you up? What makes your soul float? What feeling lies in the center of your soul's calling? How do you know you're a light worker? In what ways are you sharing your gifts with the world? In what ways are you opaquing your light? Does your ego hold on to any fears of being seen or judged? There's the devil. Or being too big, too awe-inspiring, too self-centered, too successful? How can you shine your light anyway? How can you shine your light anyway? Very empowering cards. Beautiful. Also one of my favorite decks. This one, the Sacred Creators. You know, you can't go on wrong with this deck. I have always felt such, a real connection to this deck. So, yep. All right. So let's pull some tarot from here. Is this mystical? I think this is I always say it wrong. Mystic Monday Tarot, okay? I always want to call it magic, mystical, but it's mystic. The Star. Yep, we had it yesterday. I still haven't shuffled this deck today, so it's still there. It's still there. Okay? This is you going towards that renewal. Okay? That fresh start. That boundless, beautiful goal that you have set for yourself. Fresh new start. Fresh new start. Beautiful Fool. Trust. Open-minded. Spontaneous beginning. Adventure, freedom, new. Leaping into the unknown. Trusting the universe to keep you safe. But you know it's more than that. We know we have enough experience. We have enough. We have enough in our goodies bag. We have like magician power. You have so many ones here. It's insanity, okay? You have ones everywhere. Just use them. Use this beautiful personal power to make your wishes come true. Apply it to your stars, to your goals, to your choices. Take it and run with it. Don't run with a knife, but run with your dreams. Okay, I'm just being funny now. I can hear chewing, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Miss Bunny. Is that good celery? It sounds like it is. It sounds good and chewy. I keep music in this room, except when I do readings. And see, my voice is clearing up now. And except when I do readings, I don't put any music on, so she's missing her music. What does that make, Pisces? And guess which card it is? Just, all right. For those of you who are not paying attention, and okay. So is that equivalent, like, of the light card, the sun card, 4 times? And I don't know how many indications of the number 1? Yep. Light. You are the light. You are the light. And you know what? They're both 2 different decks. That looks like a star. The sun, the star, the sun, the star, the sun, the star, the sun, the star, the sun, the star. There's just so many ways. There's just so many ways. There's just so many times, too, that it can be repeated, right? So, clarity and success is the 2 keywords I have for the card of the sun. Radiance, enthusiasm, clarity, personal growth, light. The card of light that reveals everything. Problems fade when they're illuminated. Your time to shine. Okay? Bursts of energy and vitality. This reassures you that this is your time to be in the light. No matter what's happening around you, prosperity and bliss are promised. Promised. You can make them happen. You don't need to look out for anybody to give it to you. Okay? The quality of this brilliant card are pleasure, happiness, contentment, growth, success, joy, illumination. The light always brings forth new birth, a constant renewal of life. This is one of the best, if not the most positive cards in the deck, and it's yours. It's yours 4 times over. 4 times over. This is you shining your light in your very own style. Your very own style. So it's your moment to shine. The radiance from within will be there for all to see. As people become attracted to the rays of your spiritual light, and by being compassionate, generous, inspiring, and a leader, many will benefit as they feel the warmth emanating from you. Be discerning, but also open. There's that word again. Open. Open. Yeah. I know it was yesterday that open came out, right? Right. To whomever you're attracting, for your rays reach far and wide. The light card reminds you that because of its power, nothing remains in the dark. Nothing. Yeah. You stand up to him, okay? That restrictive energy is gonna wither, and because strength, bullies only respond to strength, right? I had somebody who was a very big bully in my life, and because I puff myself out bigger than this person would become the one who was the submissive, right? They do respond to strength. They do. You just have to become the bigger dog in the room. That's all. And you don't need to, because you're the light. Who's bigger than the sun? Nothing. When the sun shines, it touches everybody. It's the big dog in the room, okay? And that's what you are. Through its illumination, truths and certain paths before you begin to emerge and can be surely seen. Using the energy of positive thoughts and continually thinking about the happiest and most joyful of memories will light the path before you even more brilliantly and attract exactly what you're emanating. Keep on shining. And this, of course, is to represent the sun, which we already knew. 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 1 and 1 and 1, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay? Let's just say it's everywhere. The magician, 1, it's everywhere. You have this personal power. Use it. You are now shining. You are the sun. You're this color. You're yellow. Go for it. Okay? Wow, I've never seen so many cards come out that are exactly the same. I don't think I've ever had 4 sun cards. That's a sun card. That's a sun card. Yeah, it's all the sun. All of it. Amazing. Amazing, Pisces. I'm going to let you go with this. Thank you to everybody who has been donating to the channel. Thank you to the people who have booked readings. Like I said, I appreciate it so very much. All the links are below. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I'll come back tomorrow and we're going to be looking at how others see you and how you see yourself. And that's those cards I like to put together because I feel that they either vibe with each other. You know, like sometimes you think something of yourself, but when you're mirrored back by somebody else, you see that they're seeing something very different. And I feel that's when there's a miscommunication of energies, and we're going to see tomorrow how that works out for you. Okay? Take good care of yourself, my beautiful Pisces. Keep shining. Shine bright. You beautiful diamond. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.